So when I was a kid in the early 2000s, there wasn't really an option for portable media. So for instance, like if you wanted to watch something on the go, like on your phone, like YouTube, obviously in the early 2000s, YouTube didn't exist. But if you wanted to watch like movies or TV shows, there was no option until 2003 when the VideoNow came out. The VideoNow original was a black and white VideoNow that had a very terrible, very, very bad screen, not backlit, etc. This one is color and it has a backlight, but this one has a problem. When I turn this one on, the screen will light up, but it does nothing else. Maybe if I hit some of the buttons, the screen will kind of flash different colors sometimes, and we'll have like a line through it, but nothing else. So the reason I'm making this video is because I was on Facebook Marketplace and I found this, and I thought, dude, this is nostalgic. So I've never worked on a VideoNow, but I would love to get this working and get some nostalgia from it. So let's go to the microscope. We're gonna take it apart and figure it out and see what's going on. So I'll be honest, I'm trying to tear this thing apart and I had the absolute worst time trying to get the screws out until I realized that there is a little button slide mechanism. You can probably use your finger back here, and it basically just, you unlatch it, and then the screen folds up, and then you can get access to all the screws. All right, so I got this up, and it looks like there is a ribbon cable right here, and I don't see any bad capacitors that are like bulging, and that's probably fine. So I'm actually kind of curious. So the screen sometimes works, and I'm just curious if there's an issue with the screen itself. So I'm going to take these screws out, and then maybe we'll see something under here. It seems like the rest of the device is working because I can put a disc in, it will spin up, and it has audio, just no display. And the display is backlit, so you can see backlight, but no real display. Okay. I have never seen the inside of one of these, so this is first time for both of us. Let's say we take out the obvious ones here that are holding this little circuit board in. I'm just wondering, because I don't know if there's any capacitors on this board. If there aren't, then I think that's going to be a clear sign that we have like a main board problem rather than an issue with the screen. Now, I don't know that it's an issue with the screen, but my assumption is that it's going to be an issue with the screen. We'll just take them all out because I don't know what is holding in what. Okay, so this is our screen. Wow, this reminds me of like a PSP screen almost. I do see some capacitors here, and I see a positive and a negative wire up top here. My guess is that that is probably for backlight. So what if we replace all these tiny little capacitors up here and we had some results? That would be really, really cool. Now I want to do my best to remove this LCD without breaking it. Okay, looks like I just had a tiny bit of adhesive here. We're gonna have to undo this ribbon cable. I kind of want to start here and then work our way down to main board, because if the issue's here, then maybe that will solve our issue. I'm not exactly sure what cap size goes here because I do not have a cap tester in the store right now, but I know that these are 4700 at 50 volts, 4700 picofarad at 50 volts. So I'm curious to try them and just see what it does. I figured the size would probably be sufficient, and then the voltage is, you know, up there. I doubt that this is going to exceed 50 volts, so I think we'll be all right. I'm going to apply some flux, and let's go ahead and remove these caps like one by one. Oh, cool, perfect. I'm going to set them off to the side just in case the caps we put in are the wrong caps, the wrong size caps. Well, I'm really glad that the size of the capacitor is actually really close to the original, or at least I think it's kind of close. It's probably not. Yeah, I mean, but I think it'll still fit in the footprint, which is nice. I was just going back through the video to make sure that I had all the caps in the correct orientation. But I'm going to add some flux to the area just to make this whole process seamless.
And these go like that.
And like that. Let's just heat them up. Boom and boom. All right, we're done. That's it, baby. Clean off the area with some isopropyl alcohol and a brush. Started off with caps on the screen. I'm really curious to see how this is going to pan out. All right, so I did find some interesting news. So when I connect my DC power supply at about 5 volts, when I set it to 5 volts, look what happens. All right, plug it in, turn it on, and we're getting we're getting displaced sometimes, and it's like staying on. So 4.5 volts, it decides to have issues, but at 5 volts, it seems to respond better. And I think the reason could be bad caps. It's bad caps somewhere. I'm not sure where, though. I think that's going to be my problem. I'm not sure where the bad caps are. At least that's just my guess. But yeah, when I hit the button, you can see that it does show some type of display here. Okay, so to finding the bad cap, we're going to use some continuity testing. This line with wherever it, probably this one right here. Over here, VBAT over to this guy. There it is, right there. This cap right here. That's where we need to go. So we should replace this cap right here. This cap is, oh no, that's a diode. Wait, what the heck? So the line goes here, right here. So this is the cap we need to replace, which is 10 volts at 200 microfarad. All right, so I got the old cap out of the CB radio, and this should just work fine. The footprint of this capacitor is considerably bigger, but I think it'll probably still work. I'm hoping that this will just work. All right, let's solder it in. Boom. And boom. Okay. All right, so we got that cap soldered in. Well, let's go ahead and try it. This is going to be kind of difficult to do. Basically, let's move our LCD off to the side. Come on, spin up the disc. There you go. So it's spinning it up. I also thought maybe there was an issue with the contrast wheel. So what if it's bad solder joints on the... What is that? So I made some progress here. So when I hook up the power supply directly to the board at 5 volts, basically what happens is, if I put just a little bit extra voltage in, I think we might have some success here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put the disc in. We're running at 5.3 volts. I'm going to push this left. I have to push the button first. Okay, we have something on screen. I'm going to push, and look at that. I'm really curious now. What is going to happen? Oh my god, it's working! Wow. We got it working. Okay, so I gotta find where the caps are on the main power rail. We're going to replace them, and then this thing should work at 4.5 volts. So, yeah. Let me see if this works with a regular VideoNow color disc. Here it is. And color works. Let's freaking go, yes. Alright, cool. And replace the caps for the LCD as well, so it looks as good as it probably ever will. Because if I'm gonna bring the voltage back down to 4.5 volts and see what happens. I think it's gonna continue to do this. At 4.5 volts. Now let's see. Yeah, see, that's what it does at 4.5 volts. So definitely bad capacitors. So here it is. We have a working VideoNow. However, it runs at 5 volts and not 4.5. And that's probably because it needs new capacitors. If this video gets 100 likes, which is not out of the realm of possibility, I will make a part 2 where I order all the capacitors and we will replace them in this video now, and hopefully we'll have a working VideoNow. And no, seriously, if this video gets 100 likes, I already bought the capacitors. I'm gonna fix this anyways, but I didn't know if you guys would be interested in this video, so let's do it. If we get 100 likes, I'll put the caps in, we'll see if it works.